wrist gonna break? Probably. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God, please don't let me drop any of these. Oh God. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I have a pretty massive book haul for you today. If you could see over here where all the books are, it's kind of insanity. I do not normally have a ton of unread books on my shelves, so I don't really know what happened, but there are definitely a lot. I should count them, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books to show you. I normally don't like to have a ton of unread books on my shelves because I am a slow reader. I've talked about this in a few videos, and I kind of just like to buy whatever book I want to read next right when I'm ready to read it, because it stresses me out to have a bunch of unread books that I need to get to. But I don't know how we ended up here. So let's just get into it. So I have a pile of books here that I got in Paris. So I went to Paris in mid-May, and I got 4 books while I was there. 3 of them I got from Shakespeare and Company. So I visited Shakespeare and Company, which, if you don't know, is a really famous bookshop in Paris. It's right by Notre Dame, and it is the cutest place I have ever been to. I got 3 books when I visited there. So the first one was The Velvet Rage, Overcoming the Pain of Growing Up Gay in a Straight Man's World. I have already read this one, and I have some thoughts, and if you want to hear them, I reviewed this in my last video, my recently read video for June 2019. So if you want to hear what I thought about this one, you can head over to that video. I will link it down below. But this is one of the ones I got from Shakespeare and Company. So all 3 of these that I got there have the stamp from Shakespeare and Company. I don't know if you can see it. So it says Shakespeare and Company, Kilometer Zero, Paris. And it's got Shakespeare in the middle of the words. Can you see it? I hope so. Can you see it? So yeah, that was the first one I got from Shakespeare and Company in Paris. The second one was this copy of Lolita. So Lolita is my favorite book of all time, and so I had to pick up a copy from Paris as a souvenir. And I got this one, which is cute, creepy, but cute. I just got it as a souvenir. I obviously already have a copy, but again, this has the Shakespeare and Company logo in there. If you want to hear me talk about my thoughts on Lolita, you can go to my favorite books of all time video, which is the first video I made on this channel, so I can link that down below too. I then got The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. So I already have a copy of this in the Barnes & Noble Classic Collection, but I just thought that this cloth-bound hardback was really pretty, and so I picked this up. Oh, and a bunch of stuff just fell out of it, like my ticket to go on the Eiffel Tower elevator, which was horrifying. So yeah, I picked this up just because I thought it was pretty. I love The Picture of Dorian Gray, and again, this has the Shakespeare and Company stamp. So cute. So those are the 3 books I got from Shakespeare and Company, but then the souvenir that I really wanted when I went to Paris was I wanted to get a French edition of Harry Potter. So I found it. I had to go to 6 bookshops in total until I finally found it. Some of the bookshops didn't have it. Some of them only had it in English. Some of them had like brand new anniversary editions. Some of them had them, but they didn't have the first one, and I wanted the first one. So I finally found it at like the 6th bookshop I went to, and I think it's so cute. I think the cover is so cute, and this is like now one of my prized possessions. It will always make me think of Paris and hunting throughout the city for this copy, and finally finding it. I was so happy, and I love this. I love this. So those are the 4 books that I got in Paris. So in a similar vein, I should say I bought all of these books in this haul except for this next one, which was a gift. So my in-laws just recently went to Italy, and my mother-in-law asked me, you know, like if I were to bring back a souvenir, what would you love? And I said I would love an Italian version of Harry Potter. So she brought me back the Italian edition of The Prisoner of Azkaban, which I was so excited about. I think the cover is so cute. I am going to Italy next summer, and so I will, of course, pick up another one. Now that I've got the first one and the third one in translated editions, I'll probably get one of the other books in the series in Italian when I go there next summer. And maybe I'll be able to have like a full collection, book 1 through 7 of all translated Harry Potter. So yeah, this is a book I just recently got and I love it. Okay, so back to the books that I got in this country. So I plan to reread the Harry Potter series very soon. I want to start rereading all the books. And so as a little incentive to make sure that I did that, I bought myself the 20th anniversary American paperback editions, and I love them. You would have seen them in my Harry Potter book tag that I uploaded, and I can link that down below. But I will quickly show you those covers. I'm sure you've seen them before, but I love the 20th anniversary editions. So yeah, let me just grab them because they're all the way back here. Okay, so the first one is of course Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And this one is so cute. You've got Harry here with his lightning scar and Hedwig. You've got sleeping Harry up there when he's dropped on the doorstep. You can see Hagrid over here. And then each of the books has a little quote from that book on the back with like a smaller version of an image from the front cover. So this one says, Harry, you're a wizard, Rubius Hagrid, and it's got like a little Hagrid back there. I think these are so cute. I am sure you guys are aware, but if you line up all the covers, which I'm not going to do because I have enough books surrounding me, if you line up all the covers, they make one long image, which I think is just the coolest. So that's the first one. The second one, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So here you see Dobby and Draco, I believe, down here. Then we've got Harry, Hermione, and Ron. Here's Ginny holding Tom Riddle's diary. And then on the back of this one, it says, Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts. And you have a little Dobby. Then the third one, Prisoner of Azkaban. This one has Hermione with the time turner. And we have the Patronus. It looks like Snape is right there. You have some Dementors, and on the back it says, Harry, swear to me you won't go looking for Black, Arthur Weasley. And then it looks like a little Sirius. Oh no, that's not Snape. That's Sirius Black. And you've got a little Sirius on the back. Then the Goblet of Fire. So you see Harry riding his broomstick. The other champions. Looks like a little Hogwarts back there. And on the back it says, it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be, Albus Dumbledore. And it looks like a little Cedric Diggory right there in the back. Then on to the Order of the Phoenix, which has a very large portrait of Harry with a very large portrait of Dolores Umbridge. And you can see all the orbs on here. And on the back it says, the world isn't split into good people and Death Eaters, Sirius Black. And then it's got the centaur there. I just love these editions. Then not only my favorite book in the series, but also like my favorite of all the covers in these editions, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And you have a huge portrait of Dumbledore, my favorite character. And you have Harry yelling. We all know what scene that's from. And you have Snape up here. And on the back it says, I trust Severus Snape completely. And you have a little portrait of Snape. And finally, the 7th book in the series, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I love this cover too. Yeah, I mean, I love all the covers, but this also is up there of my favorites. So you have Harry, Ron, and Hermione. You have the Sword of Godric Gryffindor. Right here, this is like one of my favorite parts of all the covers is you have Lily, James, and Harry. You see Voldemort and Harry in the final battle. The Patronus, Albus Dumbledore looking over them. Incredible. And it says, neither can live while the other... Did I say what... Oh, yeah, I did. And it says, neither can live while the other survives, and one of us is about to leave for good. And you have a little picture of the battle on the back. So those are all the Harry Potter anniversary editions that I got. And now that I have them, I don't want to read these ones because I don't want to ruin them. And so I'm debating whether I should read these ones or if I should just read my copies that I already have since they're already battered. And then on to the final 5. So I recently read Normal People by Sally Rooney, absolutely loved it. And so I had to pick up Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I hate this cover, I have to say. I almost didn't want to get it because I just do not like the cover. I think I've said before that I am not a huge YA reader, and which is funny because actually one of these books that are left is YA, but this just looks like a YA cover to me, and like the yellow, it's just a lot. But I'm sure the inside more than makes up for it. I am so excited to get to this because I love Normal People so much. So I don't actually know what this is about. I think it's about like 2 couples, and I don't know. I am very excited to get to this one. Okay, so then I have Turtles All the Way Down, which I have to take this sticker off of. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. So I just said I'm not a big YA reader, and so this is kind of out of my comfort zone, but I have heard really, really good things about this. I've read John Green before. I read The Fault in Our Stars, but that was like years ago. And I liked The Fault in Our Stars when I read it, but I was younger, so I don't know. But I saw a quote from this book, thought it was awesome. Then I read the first page of this, which I always do. I never buy a book until I've sampled some of the writing for myself. And I was immediately drawn in. And I believe this deals with someone who has obsessive compulsive disorder or obsessive thoughts. And as someone who struggles with that, I think I might be able to really relate to this book. And so I am very excited to pick this one up. I have heard wonderful things. Then I got Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This is like one of the most famous books ever, but I've never read it. I recently saw the first photos from the set of Greta Gerwig's adaptation that she's doing. If there is a movie coming out that I'm really interested in seeing, as I'm really interested in seeing this Greta Gerwig adaptation because it's got Meryl Streep and Laura Dern, Emma Watson, Saoirse Ronan, Timothée Chalamet. I really want to see that movie, but if a movie is based off of a book, I always like to read the book first because I think we can all agree that the book is always better, and I never want to spoil a book for myself by having seen the movie already. So I believe that movie comes out in December, so I have to make sure I've read this by then. And like I said, with Turtles All the Way Down, I always read the beginning of a book before I buy it, and I read the first page of this, and I was like, yep, absolutely. So I'm really excited to get to this, actually. I'm sure that many of you have read it, and I'm excited to finally be able to say that I have as well. Then I got Milkman by Anna Burns. So this was the winner of the Man Booker Prize in 2018. I am a real fan of the Man Booker Award. I usually really like the books that they choose, and so I was intrigued just based on the fact that it won the Man Booker. Interesting concept about this girl who lives in a kind of small gossipy town, and people believe that she's having an affair with the milkman, and that's all I really know about it. But I, again, was in Barnes & Noble, picked this up, read, and like next thing I knew, I was like 20 pages in because I was immediately like so into it. The writing was super interesting, and yeah, I'm very excited to get to Milkman by Anna Burns. And the last book in this haul is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Have heard a lot about this on BookTube, saw it in Barnes & Noble, read the beginning, was super interested in it, and I am not usually a really big mystery reader, and this is kind of like a mystery. It's a whodunit, but like a literary whodunit, and that's not something I normally read, and so I'm always trying to broaden my horizons, but I believe that it still is kind of a literary take on that whodunit, which means that this one might be really accessible to me, and this cover is like beautiful. And the synopsis, it says, Evelyn Hardcastle will be murdered at 11 p.m. There are 8 days and 8 witnesses for you to inhabit. We will only let you escape once you tell us the name of the killer. Understood? Then let's begin. I mean, come on. So those are all of the books that I have recently acquired. I'd love to know down below if you have read any of these. If so, what you thought of them, spoiler free. I am very excited to get to all of these, but that'll take a while. I think the one I'm gonna pick up next is Turtles All the Way Down, maybe, or Conversations with Friends. I don't know, too many options. So yeah, let me know down below if you've read any of these, what you thought, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.